Hey there, how's it going, guys? Hey, just want to give you an update on what's going on in my portfolio here. This is my Robinhood portfolio. We're consistently add some more cash, obviously, and overall our week was okay. We were up just a little bit, looks like. Um, for the month, we're doing pretty good, and for the last 3 months, obviously, we're up pretty big. And overall, we're up almost 10,000. I'm sorry. That's overall. That's 8.5. I think for the year. So just over a year on my portfolio here. So we're up 17.54. A lot of option movement today. I had to roll a few over. I think about 8 or 9 expired. And so kind of update what options I'm holding right now. These are the ones at the top. On Robinhood, they show the ones at the top are the ones that are going to expire the soonest. Some of these are rollovers, Viacom. So if your screen's small, if you hit full screen, it will it will fill in your whole tablet or your whole phone. And also too, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those down below. And also, if there's anything else, you just any more questions, just send a message down below, and I'll try to answer those as soon as possible. So roughly today, I probably collected about $500 in premium between my two portfolios on Robinhood and Charles Schwab. I'll kind of maybe update those a little bit. Let's see here, Viacom I rolled over, I believe, earlier in the week, so I think Thursday, and I probably should have waited, but sometimes you just don't know, and it looks like a good situation to roll it over, and the timing's right, and the Viacom's right here. I think it dropped, so it would have expired. No, actually, I rolled up for a higher dollar amount. My bad. So it may not have expired. 24.79. I probably would have had to roll that over. I think it was at 24.50. So with a rollover, a lot of times what I'll do is I will roll up to the next deviation. So if it's at $24, if I can get to $25 without spending any of my own money, and just use the implied volatility that the premium they're willing to pay, and I'll just use that, and a lot of times I will collect an additional premium as well as bump it up to the next dollar amount, like I did with Viacom. Agency I rolled over. Next, that's a new position I sold earlier in the week. I have two agency positions now. Dow Chemical, I rolled that over, I believe. Pfizer, I rolled over today. It's kind of behind. I'm hoping there's a little bit of drawback on Pfizer, so I can roll out of this next week, hopefully. And so Pfizer's ran up, obviously, the last 2 weeks with a lot of different stuff going on. That agency position right there, I rolled over for the same dollar amount. I believe it's going to pull back. It just kind of ran up a little bit this week. And I have another position at the $14 call, and that one's at the $13.50. AIG, I've been up behind since April, I think, on this stock. I think I'm about $3 or $4 behind, and it expires next week. One thing I noticed for me, especially with the weekly option stocks, is I don't want to push them way out and try to catch up by collecting that premium and using that premium to raise my strike price. I think it's too far out. I think I'm better off to just let it go rather than and then just buy the stock back when I have the opportunity. But I'm going to see if I can move on that. If AIG pulls back, a lot of times I'm able to, for example, I'll sell the next week and collect and move the strike price up to like $28. And so if I can do that within reason, I'll do that. Maybe if I spend a few dollars to do it, I'll do it, as long as I'm getting some type of return. So either usually a bump in strike price to the 28. I just don't want to go far out anymore. It's just a lot of times you just don't ever catch up, and you can't collect premium on that because it's just sitting there. And so I'm better off let it expire, roll into another stock, or wait for a pullback. PAA, two positions, expires next Friday. NOK, I have two positions. A lot of these smaller valued stocks, I do push out to the 2 weeks just so I can get a decent premium. And I could have a strike price. A lot of times if you just take the next deviation or 2 deviations up, it'll just give you a penny. It'll say a penny, and you'll never be able to sell an option on that. So if you push it out 2 weeks, you could sell an option. Some of these are new positions for me. Like I picked up another new Kia position, GE. MO, I picked up another MO position, Ulterior Group this week. So I've added quite a bit this week of new positions. I'll go through those real fast. PBI, that's Pitney Bowes. It's a weekly option stock. It does pay a dividend. It's a monthly option stock, my bad. You can kind of see some of these, the 821s. The reason the 821s are there, those are monthly option stocks. So their option expires on the 21st of August, and that's why they're pushed out so far. So FHN, PBI, RF are all monthly option stocks. Real quick, I have about 42 positions of on here, my Robinhood app, and I'm able to collect roughly close to $400 a week off of them, I would say, roughly. If you include all my rollovers on Friday and all my premiums during the week and all the premiums I sell on Monday, maybe not quite that many, quite that much, but $350, depends on the week. It's different, but quite a bit, and so I think between this and my Charles Schwab, I'm able to collect about $1,000 a week in premium, and obviously I just reinvest that at this time. So real quick here, I have one position Redwood Trust, and I also I think I have a Redwood Trust in my Charles Schwab as well. Ulterior Group, I added the position this week, so that's an addition. Instead of one position, I have 2. Dow Chemical, I have 1 position. MetLife, 1 position. Pfizer, 2 positions, and you can see I'm behind on that. I have a covered call at 35.50. Hoping for a pullback so I can roll out of that. AIG, 1 position. EPD, 2. Maine. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to wonder if I just want to collect that 8% roughly dividend on Maine, or sell it and buy a weekly option stock, because I can't sell any weekly options on Maine. It's just a dividend stock. AT&T, this is what I'm building in a position on. You can see I have 225 shares. I'm trying to get to 300 shares on this so I could sell a 3rd position on AT&T, and I have 2 positions as well in my Charles Schwab account. And so I'm building a position. I was working on that in the last 2 weeks, and so slowly kind of building a position. Viacom, I have 2 positions here. BP, 1 position. Still thinking about adding a position. HPQ, 1 position. Hewlett Packard. Kinder Morgan, 1 position. AGNC, we talked about 2 positions. Key Bank, 2 positions. RF, 1 position. FHN, 1 position. PAA, 2 positions. And some of the additions I have done this week with this, besides the ones I already talked about. GE, I added a position. And the reason I added GE is it does pay a small dividend, but it's a weekly option stock, and I believe I'm going to collect some good premium on GE for a stock that's under $7. And so, as you can see here real fast, it'll pull up real fast. I collected roughly, sold an option on this right after I bought it. I sold the call. Yeah, see, I collected $13. So on June 23rd, which was yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. So yesterday I sold the 2 week. So I sold, not the 2 week, but a week and a day. So yesterday I sold the 750 call on this, and a lot of these low dollar ones I'm running kind of like the wheel, where I'm just selling the next deviation up, and maybe actually G might be 2 deviations up. I'll have to look at it again. But then I collected a 1 contract for $13, and so if you can do that weekly, man, that's a great return. Think about that, $52, $13 a week. That's 52. That pays for the stock. Pretty much pays. You basically get a full 100% return a year on your stock, Yes, he actually pushed it out 2 deviations. I didn't take 1 deviation. And the next, so I would have took 1, it would have been higher, it would have been in the 20s. Stock was traded 688. So, yeah, GE I added a position for this week. ET, I still have too many positions. I'm looking to roll out of these as soon as this stock goes back up. I just don't want to roll out when it's at such a low number, or sell out when it's just so low number. Cleveland Cliff, CLF, this is a new position for me this week. And it is, I believe, a weekly option stock. And that's the reason I bought it. It does have good premiums. Excuse me. Yeah, I sold a I believe I did. Maybe I haven't sold it. It says canceled. Do I have a position in Cleveland Cliffs? If not, it's something I'll be doing here on Monday. Oh, it may have just expired. No, it said canceled. So let's look here and see if I have a Cleveland Cliffs position. Yeah, I don't see one. So Cleveland Cliffs I will be selling on Monday. Let's just look and see what a Cleveland Cliff position pays. And we can also see if there's one in there while we do this. And so this is just a we don't want to do that. Go backwards. For some reason it's populated pretty slow today. Cleveland Cliffs, we're waiting for that trade. That trade button to pop up. Right now it just says buy. Won't let me sell. It's crazy. Yeah, buy. So you can see where I bought 100 shares. So there's the trade. It finally populated. Let's see here. Next is the 31st. If we did the Cleveland Cliffs at the $6, which I'm probably going to do, I would have done it today. That's the sell right here. That was the buy. Those are usually the same. So I'll probably sell the $6 and collect the $18 premium, roughly. If I want to stay on the money. On these low ones, though, I'm kind of staying right in the next deviation. And that's a week, so that would be every week you could do that. So say if it's 15, just average it down, $15. $15 times 52, that's more than the stock. So you get more than 100% return on this stock. Let's see here. What's my average cost in Cleveland Cliffs? I've owned it before. That's why it's down from when I owned it last time. Nokia, I have 2 positions. I'm not sure if I added a position this week or last, but I do have 2 positions, and I also have a position by Charles Schwab. And then Pitney Bowes, 2 positions this week, and I am selling monthly covered calls on those. Again, great return, small dividend, cheap stock, a way to add positions without spending a lot of money. So I have 42 positions, again, roughly, in my Robinhood account. And then I'm adding EVRI. So I'll just show you some of the things I'm looking to possibly add. Sometimes I just put them on here kind of as a watch list, and I'll just buy 1 share. But EVRI, looking to add a position of this here. Probably next week we'll have this filled. Valley National Bank, monthly option. EVRI, I think it's a monthly option as well. Valley National Bank, a monthly option. Navient, this is a monthly option as well. And Olin, I owned it in the past, and actually I think I'm going to buy that in the Charles Schwab. It just had a huge run up, and it didn't make sense to roll it over because it was just too far out to try to get even, and so I let it expire, knowing that it's probably just going to pull back. It was over $12 last week, and so I just let it roll over. So in my Charles Schwab, I'm going to build a position there. And so that's it, guys. That's kind of it for this week. Kind of want to talk about, and I'll maybe do a video over the weekend. Okay, have a good weekend.